After Sergeant John Rose and another SGSC police officer claimed me as suicidal and dangerous to others because of the email Dr. John English Roig received from others, I stayed one night as the warden in Santa Clara Valley Medical Center Emergency Psychiatric Services and later was transported to El Camino Hospital. I'm not sure how my email to Dr. Elizabeth Wise to refuse the marriage offer in Canada or asking the SJS Equal Opportunity Service Manager Adrian M. Duffy Holding to make an appointment for investigation on student harassment on me. Anyway, you can read about the emails here and also on my blog and website. And there was nothing to indicate of me as suicidal or dangerous unless students felt the investigation by the equal. I was somewhat kept in Santa Clara Valley Medical Center Emergency Psychiatric Service from about 6 p.m. of October 16, 2006 to 7 a.m. on the next morning. In morning, a nurse told me to get up from the bed as I was transported to El Camino Hospital. When I walked to the lobby area with the nurse, and there were two paramedics, a woman and a man, showed up with a stretcher. They asked me to ride on the stretcher and I was strapped. Then I was transported by the ambulance. Because of the speed of the car, I guessed that. Let me explain who lived in that section of El Camino Hospital Psychiatric Unit first, so that you will have some idea who I am talking about in later of this film. I'm not sure the numbers are in correct order because I am recalling what happened about 2 years ago. Anyway, you can check the rooms by contact. Please look at the map. There are 4 rooms in that area. The room 202 was mine, and there was an overweighted African-American middle-aged woman in room 201. She just stayed in the bed for whole day, except using the bathroom between my room and hers. And there are doors from both sides of the shared bathroom, so that one of us could use the room while the occupant locks another door to get some privacy. And there was a sign on her room telling that the room had 24-hour security monitor for safety purpose, and my room had no sign. Probably that was some kind of psychological perception to make me not too aware of such surveillance camera on my room. If there was a camera in my room, this SJS nothing major student as well as other people in El Camino Hospital could see me changing clothes. Actually, I had only one clothes that I wore on Monday to visit Dr. Room 203 was for Rubens, a homeless man. He was the strangest patient lived there. He was capable of speaking multiple languages like English, Arabic, Tibetan, a bit of German, etc. Somehow I found out that he received a book about Middle Eastern history from a library in San Francisco, while he stayed in the hospital. He had a mailed packet, so the library was able to send it to the hospital using a reserved service for the customer. In some group sessions, I talked with him and learned that he is planning to visit Tibet in future since he has friends in Tibetan community in Berkeley, California. I also learned that he lives in the Salvation Army on North 4th Street in San Jose and works as a tree trimmer. He often comes to Martin Luther King Jr. Library in San Jose State University campus to use internet at the PCs located on the lobby. When I asked him why he was at the hospital, he told me that he had a suicidal thought and he failed to commit suicide and was transported to El Camino Hospital. Now, how many homeless could be able to become hospital patients these days? Who can pay the fee for the hospital for the homeless people? If you are interested to know some weird homeless, please check JFK assassination and 3 Trumps connection. After Rubens was discharged, a young white woman stayed in the room. She just remained. The patient in the room 204 changed twice or so. I think the first patient occupied in the room was an elderly African-American woman with some deformation around her lip area. She looked much like having mental problems since she was talking alone and sometimes she used a different name for her identity. When I tried to communicate with her, I was confused by what she was saying since anything didn't make sense to me. At least she had a Bible as her belonging, and at least she knew about the story of Jeremiah, and that was one thing I could understand. She was